Okay guys, so I'm in the bathroom and I'm going to take a test. One is I'm going to take 1 or 2 lines. I prefer to use the smiley face because it's easier for me to read, or the words that say it, yes or no. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this on repeat on the 6th. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, I'm gonna use this one. So as you see, 2 lines yes, 1 line no. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip this. I'm a little nervous. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it. It's reading as you see. I'm gonna wait the 2 minutes. And I guess I'm just gonna sit here and talk. I really don't want to look at it because it's just nerve-wracking. I'm whispering because he's really close in the next room. Even though the door's closed, you just never really know. So I'm gonna spend the 2 minutes just talking to you guys. I'm not really nervous. I think it's because of constant testing, and then it's like always negative. Plus I have the, let's just talk about today. By the way, I love the way my makeup came out. This is Life Glam that I have on my eyes and on my lips and just in my face. I also got my hair done. I really like how it looks because it's very straight and shiny, and she does a good job every time. Also, we went to dinner for my birthday. I got my nails done yesterday and my toes, they match them. These are pink and white almond French nails and I love them. I mean, the results are kind of loading, but they're not. Let's see. Don't tell me that says yes. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if this is yes. I need to ask them. Okay, so this is the second time I'm gonna take a test. I just pretty much woke up. I mean, I'm tired as hell. It may not look rough because my hair's done, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the clear blue ones because these are the ones that say positive, negative, pregnant. So it's a lot more accurate than the other ones that I've seen because one was faint than the other, but it still showed up. So I'm taking this 2 days later because the other one I took was on the 17th, and not today's 19th. So I'm gonna go ahead, dip those tests for 20 seconds since I beat in the cup instead of the stream. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This one will say pregnant, not pregnant, and then this one will say the plus or minus. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip both of those for 20 seconds and lay them flat next to each other. Both tests right here, they're reading. The one on the left is blinking until it goes to them. And then this one is starting to read. I can't really tell at the moment, so we're gonna go check back in a little bit. But I don't know, I'm confused and nervous. If it does read, then I'm going to be confirming and making a doctor's appointment because I want to be able to do the blood test just to make sure, because I want to make sure, and then do the doctor's appointment, do the ultrasound, check on it to make sure, see how far along, and not you know, not to be so negative or jinx it. I just want to make sure that I don't want to have it be like the ectopic pregnancy, and I'm not trying to think negative. It's only because my left tube was blocked, and then this month I know I ovulated for my left because of taking the Clomid last month. So they monitor and check it to make sure, and then they let me know. So I'm like, okay. But my doctor said there is miracles that do happen because I've had patients that have one, I've had patients that the other one supports it, and that you can still get pregnant. So we, of course, barely trying last month because I was like, it's not that big of a deal. We still check ovulation. I still use Clear Blue because I like that brand, and the ovulation, it blinks, the smiley face, or it stays still. And let's see. Oh my god. Okay, so I guess it's true then. I thought so because this one is positive. Okay, so I'm just like for an appointment. Okay, so I'm actually really happy, more so than I thought I was. This doesn't make sense to me. This doesn't seem so real. stuff, and then the ultrasounds and the blood work and checking on all the levels, pedestrian levels and stuff. Then I did 2 rounds of Clomid. So the first one, we're not sure because I didn't check. I didn't go back to the doctors again because I misunderstood, thinking that if I ovulated, I didn't have to come back, because I did. Because I knew I ovulate pretty much on time. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, what? And the other one was coming in hella fast. But look at this one. Can't even hold this still. Look. And it says pregnant. It doesn't say no. So I'm excited and I'm nervous because I think I'm nervous because it's new. I'm not nervous of the fact of in 9 months I'm gonna be bigger. I'm gonna have mood swings and all that stuff. I'm gonna be a mother. I'm gonna have a baby. That and birth and stuff like that, or labor, it doesn't make me nervous. What makes me nervous is that I don't believe it, and it's hard to believe, and it just doesn't make sense. But because I know I do have PCOS, and I do ovulate, but I also take metformin for it. So I'm trying to figure out, like, where does the problem lie? And the only problem was the PCOS, because it's hard to ovulate, and the blocked tube. So I'm nervous. I'm gonna be able to call the doctor, see if I can go in and confirm, even though this is like the 3rd test that I took. But I'm also gonna take another test later, and I'm thinking about taking more tests of these just in case. Even though I took it 2 days ago and I said yes, I was like, please, still praying in my back of my mind, like, I hope I am pregnant. But I wanted to say thank God so much, because this is such a miracle baby. Oh. The next time I probably record is for me going to the store, because he already went to work, which is good. So I'm off today, and I'm just gonna be able to decorate the room. I'm gonna go to probably Walmart, TJ Maxx, and maybe Target. It depends. Wherever they have baby stuff, like onesies that are kind of like unisex, where it says like hello world or hi daddy or something like that, because I don't have enough time to get anything edited by today, because I want to get it today. Because the other test I did record, and I was confused because it has 2 lines, and I'm like, is this real? So I had to ask him, but I couldn't do a surprise. But I'm like, duh, I could have fucking waited and got these instead, because these are a lot more accurate. Not this one, because I like how it says pregnant, not pregnant. So I should have gotten those before I told him, and then done the whole thing surprise. But he was happy, and he was like, don't think negative. He said, it's good. And then, so next time you see me, I'm probably going to be going to like Party City, getting some balloons, some unisex balloons, and then I'm gonna go get a onesie, and then I'm gonna put the test right on top so he sees it. So when he comes home into the room, he'll see the balloons. I'm also gonna get a sign that says baby. I'll put the onesie at the end of the bed with the test, and see if I can record him to get his reaction, or at least take pictures, and then we'll just see from there. Today I'm gonna see if I can also get a test, like a blood work test, just to make sure. But even though this is the 3rd one, I don't think I would get 3 false positives. So I mean, we're just gonna cross our fingers and hope everything is well, and this is God's timing, and this is perfect, because I'm happy. So I'll see you guys soon before I get all emotional all over again. So I'm in Walmart, and I'm in the baby section. Okay, so I only got coupons or pacifiers right now, but I want to make sure I get neutral. So this is the only color that I saw neutral, because the other ones were royal, like royal blue and pink and purple. So I'm like, no, because we don't really know their gender. So now I'm trying to find a onesie that says something like hello world, hi daddy, something like that. I'm new here, I don't know. And neutral as well, so like white. I don't have time to get one from Amazon. Then I also want to get little shoes too, but something that's like neutral, like these. These are cute, but they're blue, so I want to see if I can get tan. And boy or not boy, they're brown, and they're so cute. Okay, I'm probably gonna get these. And then if I don't get it here, then I'm also gonna go to, but everything else here is kind of like girl, and then it goes to boys, and I'm trying to get boys, and then they have onesies right here, but these are just plain white, so I don't want to get those. And then on the other side, I think it's the same thing except it's just by size. So I think I'm just gonna check out with this, and then I'm gonna go get balloons from Party City later. So check back then.
2 hours later.
I knew you were setting it up too. You're a bad liar, by the way.
I know, but you're not supposed to go. And she told me March 22nd.
March 22nd is your due date?
Yeah. I have the test in my purse. And I took that one this morning.
I'm the size of a poppy seed.
Isn't that weird? But I thought it was cute because it had what is it? Neutral colors.
I don't know why I just feel like I'm real at this point because we tried so hard.
These. That one was with that one. This one fades. She also said they fade over time too.
That one. I looked at that one. That just made me think of a little bear.
It does.
That's what it
doesn't
made me
it?
think of. Yeah, but that's what it made me think of. A little bear.
So. I just wanted to come on here and continue my video. So what you just saw was back in July of 2021 is when I found out I was pregnant. I actually found out July 17th, which was a Saturday, and then I confirmed my pregnancy on July 19th, Monday, which is my birthday. So I was really excited. I took 2 tests just to make sure, as you see in the video that I had already put, and it was just very exciting, very bliss, and our journey is very long. So I'm just gonna speak myself about it, my experience by myself. I'm gonna be like trying not to cry with this because I thought I'd given myself enough time because it's almost been a year. It's been over 6 months though, but it seems like I'm not saying I have to get over it, but healing from it. And I don't really think you heal completely, no matter what stage you're in, how early you are, how far you are. I feel like it's just sentimental, especially if you are in having fertility, and if you know somebody or are somebody that has gone through it, you understand the pain, and I understand you, and it's just a very difficult journey. You know, you don't really think about it. Like, you don't think you're gonna have problems. Like, you think, you know, you're with your partner and then you get married and then you have kids. Like, it's just kind of like back to back. And that's pretty much what happened. So like I said in my journey, you know, I've been off birth control since April of 2018, and then we started trying July of 2018. So from July 2018 to December, we've been trying, and obviously nothing. But I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't have an app, I didn't do any ovulation kits or anything like that. So we just kept trying to see what happens, and nothing happened. So I was like, you know what, let's go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor. They gave me a vaginal ultrasound. So they just make sure they look at the ovaries and stuff, and then they're like, oh, okay, so it looks like you have PCOS. And again, I'm going to put the description here of what PCOS means. So it's polycystic ovary syndrome, where you have like a bunch of follicles on the ovaries, and it just makes it harder for you to ovulate on your own. You do need help with it. Some people resort, or some doctors resort, to birth control, and I'm not knocking any doctors or giving any advice, but when I did go, they had told me in February, I went to another doctor, a women's specialist, and she gave me metformin. So I took the metformin. It was like 500 milligrams, and it brought my period back because my period has been absent. It's always absent, so it's always irregular. And then also with the symptoms of PCOS, it's like you can have hair loss, or you have hair growing in locations like your face, or you have thicker hair like under the arms or the legs or something like that. And I have all of the above. Good thing I don't have like endometriosis, because it's like that's another form where it's, you know, more cramping or stuff. So I don't have any of that problem, which is good. So I'm taking that metformin, brought my periods back. I'm like, great. So I've been having my periods. So monthly I started to have the period, and then I started to do ovulation kits and all these type of remedies and stuff, and it wasn't working. So I'm like, what now? So we decided to go to the IVF doctor, and IVF doctor is an in vitro fertilization doctor, and there's specialists there, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing the IVF route, but they do help you with other medicines. So I had mentioned I did take the Clomid when I got pregnant, and Clomid didn't work for me because I was Clomid resistant, which means it's just I was resistant to the Clomid, and rounds of Clomid I remember, and the first one failed and the second one worked. But then after finding out on the 19th, I got blood work and stuff, and then a week later on a Friday, I was at work, I remember, and I've been having like excruciating cramp pains. I'm like, what is going on? Go to the bathroom because I had to pee, so it's a little TMI, but I wiped, and I was like, it's kind of blood. I'm not sure why, because I'm like, I don't know how much it really stopped, because I don't know. I didn't ask anybody. I didn't say anything. They usually say, you know, like to wait to go to the doctors and get heartbeats, and then you can announce it. So we're only like 5 days in. So I'm like, why am I bleeding? And then it was a lot of blood, and I'm like, this is not normal. I think this is like, I might be experiencing a miscarriage. And then I called the doctor. Doctor's like, hey, come on in later. So I booked an appointment at 3:30. I went. When I was finding all this out, it was 10 o'clock in the morning, and the pain would not stop. So I went home at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it was like back to back to back cramps. It was almost like period cramps, but they were intensified. They were like overlapping, and I'm like, this is so ridiculous. I don't even know what's going on. And I was like, I think I'm actually experiencing a miscarriage, unfortunately. So, you know, I took Advil for the pain. Went to the doctor later that day, like I had said. She was in a sensitive doctor, which I will not be going back to, and she was just telling me that, well, I mean, I don't know why you're here, because it said you had a negative pregnancy test. And I said, yes, but I called early because I was pregnant, and just confirming it and what was wrong, because I've been having stomach pains. It's like she didn't read my chart, didn't pay attention, she didn't know my history, she didn't even care to listen. And I'm not trying to bash anybody, but I'm just saying, make sure you get a good doctor, because it understands, because it's very important. A lot of people don't realize it until it's part of you. It's your journey, and you want to find a good doctor. And luckily I have found a good gynecologist, and she's also the OBGYN. So I mean, like, eventually when it's time, I can go to her for my annual checkups, and then for when I hit pregnancy. So whenever that happens, I can go to her, and she's amazing. So, but anyway, when I went to the doctor that evening, or at 3:30, she was like, yeah, whatever you passed is all gone, and your cervix is closed. And I guess I was on my period, so she's like, yeah, so you had a miscarriage, but at least you can get pregnant. And I'm like, okay. I was more mad than I was upset. My husband was with me, so he was all irritated too, because he's like, I can't believe she said that. Like, it's like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, you don't even know my journey. It's not like, oh, we can try again next month and it just happens. Like, no, not for some people. Some people, yes, some people, no. And we've had a long journey. I want to say it's been about 4 years of infertility for me, for us. So we've been trying very hard. After that miscarriage, I went back to the IVF doctor, and they're like, let's try another one called Letrozole. So I'll put that as well in the description box, or right here, of what Letrozole is. So it's another form of medicine that helps you try to ovulate, kind of like a Clomid. But I did take one, and you start off at the low dose. I think it was 25, and you take one for 5 days on your period, like day 3 or whatever they recommend. I'm not a doctor, so I'm just telling you what they gave me, and I'm just sharing my experience. Then it didn't work. And then I stopped going because it's really expensive. It's out of pocket. Insurance doesn't cover it for me. So I'm like, I can't afford to do it because visits were expensive. It was like, per visit was like $200 or $300. And I'm just being straight with you guys so you guys understand how much it really costs. So I'm just like, yeah, I can't afford, you know, $200 or $300 constantly going to them. Because I was going to them 2 or 3 times. What you got to do is like when you go there, they do an ultrasound of how your follicles look. Then you take the medicine. About a week or so, I think, I can't remember, about a week or so, they call you back and say, oh, let's look at it. And if it doesn't do it again, you have to, you know, go back. So, but it's another bill. So, but this is back in August. So yeah, I tried it in August. It didn't work. So I'm like, you know what, we're just going to keep trying on our own. So ever since August of 2021, we've been trying. And now we are in January, so if you do the math, you know, about 5 months. We're ending January, early February, so nearly 5 or 6 months, and already January came and passed and I already had my period, so I mean it didn't work. I'm not taking any medicine at the moment because I stopped going to the doctor, like I said, so I'm like, I'm gonna see what I can do on my own. So the best thing I can think to do is eat better, drink more water, exercise, because that may help me, and then continue tracking my ovulations with the Clear Blue ovulation strips. And I love those because they are the best strips and they are very accurate. They also lined up with my app. I use the P Tracker app, and that one is really good for me. And my periods have been really regular. I mean, like every month at like 10 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they come. So I know like I'm being regular, especially since I'm still taking the metformin, which doesn't bother me. So I take metformin, and I also take thyroid medicine because my thyroid is, I have Hashimoto's, so that also plays a factor in pregnancy. You have to make sure that it is balanced, and you take that. But you can do all of this with your doctor, you know, take all the blood work, and they figure it out and they help you. So far they have helped me, and I'm excited about that. But I just wanted to do this video to explain a little bit of my journey, my background, and the video you saw. I mean, I love that video. You know, that was the first pregnancy, and unfortunately it was terminated early because of the miscarriage. They called it a chemical pregnancy, and I just started trying not to think about it too much. But you know, we were excited, and of course we were gonna wait, go to the doctors, and then announce it. But you know, you have all this knowledge and all this stuff. We didn't buy anything, which is good. I remember we did go down the aisles, and I'm like, oh my god, look at all this baby stuff and the diapers and all this stuff, and it was like kind of overwhelming because it's like, we gotta buy all this stuff, I don't even know. And then I kind of got emotional and stressed up because I'm like, I actually can go in these aisles for me and not for someone else. But you know, I don't like to think of it negative. You know, we're still gonna keep trying because every month is a new month. That's how I see it. And like I did some clips too, like, oh, I did it this month, and then let's check it, and then this is how ovulation works, and then, you know, I got a negative pregnancy test. But I try not to beat myself of it because I just gotta keep going, and I want to keep encouraging, and I want to encourage you guys out there. That I encourage you ladies out there to not give up, because I know it's hard and frustrating, and that I'm gonna send baby deaths to all, and I just understand your pain, and I know it's hard. And then you see like everybody else who's getting blessed with children, or you see like nieces and nephews, or you know things like on social media, because it's everywhere, and then you just catch yourself. You know, I've caught myself like looking at the old pictures, and like I remember we had like a onesie, like everything's set up and stuff, as you see already in the video. So everything was all set up, and then I had just put everything away, throw away some of the stuff that I didn't need. And it is heartbreaking, because for trying for nearly 3 years and then you get your miracle, it is like the best bliss ever. It was so hard to believe, and then it was harder to believe that I had a miscarriage in last year in July. So ever since July of 2021, we've been trying. So it's nearly 7 months, and we're gonna keep trying, and we're gonna do what we can, and the best we can, you know. And then I went for my yearly checkup, which is good. So she's like, oh yeah, everything's good. You know, I tell her because she's the doctor. She's like, you have any concerns? I'm like, no. Because I'm like, yeah, me and my husband are just trying to get pregnant. I've been taking metformin. I did have a miscarriage in July of 2021. But, you know, ever since then, we've been trying, but naturally. And she's like, okay, that's good. You know, keep trying, do your best. Don't give up. And I try to tell myself, don't give up. My husband tells me, we're not going to give up. Don't worry. It's okay. We'll try next week. I'm sorry. We'll try next month. And, you know, it's just encouragement. So I'm encouraging you ladies not to give up, and I'm not going to give up. So we're going to keep pushing forward until we get our miracle baby. And I'm just really excited, and this journey is hard and long, but it's going to be worth it. So when you get to hold your little bundle of joy, you're going to realize and be like, wow, I can't, you know, I waited this long to finally have you, and now I do. So, but your struggles is your story, and nobody can tell you otherwise. This is your story, and you control it. Like, this is my story, so I'm going to share it with you guys of what I've gone through. And it's just, who knows, you might even be blessed with 2 babies if you want it, if you want twins or even triplets. But that time will come for you as well as will come for me. So that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and click the little bell right next to so you're notified every single time that I make a post. I hope I inspired you guys, and I hope you keep trying. For the women out there, your day will come, and I just believe in God, and when the timing is right, it's right. So I just want you guys to believe in that. I believe in that, and I'm just trying. Yes, I have a smiling face. Inside I'm hurting, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. So you just keep moving forward and keep looking forward, and you'll get there when it's your time. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.